We forgot to tell him to turn it on.
All right, well, that's our fault then.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
Chuck,
anyway,
I
Full responsibility for that.
you should.
wow.
I know, a little late.
That really threw the vibe off.
Yeah, it did. So Steven, anyway, is moving, blah, 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 and he finally said, this and that, and he and the girl, like, he got out of rehab a couple weeks ago, maybe, and he's like, yeah, we relapsed together, and
Then they're
I'm like,
done
already? And you're going to move to a different state, away from your kids, but you think that's, okay. And he's like, well, listen to the podcast.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, okay, well, here you go, Steven. It's not going to end well, man. It's probably going to end in a big-time relapse and probably your death. And some people might think, whoa, Corey.
That's pretty extreme.
Intense. But what do we know about that, Chris? That's the truth.
Well, I can honestly tell you, when I left with a woman, Steven, how you doing? I'm Chris. Everybody thought I was going to die. Luckily, I didn't. But, it was my plan to leave with a woman. And I lasted 1 hour in TC before I was drinking and 2 hours before I was using a needle again. So, I mean, it's not criticism. It's just suggestions, the things that I've learned.
Well, how did that relationship end?
I got left at a bus station, and that person went on to a different
bus stop.
Yeah, imagine that. I'm on a bus stop so bad, and I got left at one. But no, man, if you want to learn, if you want to figure it out for yourself, which is something we all have to do, just go ahead and try it. And obviously, I think from what I heard Corey say, you learned a little bit. But the best part is if you're still out there, which I'm sure you are, get help, get back, because you don't know how long you're going to be. I don't know what your drug of choice is, but for me, it's life and death, which it all is, but, it's a blink of an eye. It's a much quicker, painless death, but death nonetheless. So, I mean, just take the suggestions that are given by everybody, people you may know, people like us. You listen to the podcast. If you're listening, appreciate it. But if you're not around, you can't hear it. But, I mean, you're going to learn your own way. Sorry, sometimes I talk long-winded and I'm laying on the floor because my back hurts.
He's out of the nice, comfortable leather chair and onto the floor.
Yeah, I'm just grounding myself because when I heard somebody say they were leaving rehab with a girl, I was like, oh, boy. Been there, done that, brother.
Yeah, it doesn't end well usually. I mean, like you said, Chris, for you were lucky enough to not die, but it definitely could have easily.
Absolutely.
I mean, everything kind of worked out for you like it should. And for Steven, he's going to have to figure it out on his own. I mean, he's going to probably get stranded in California. That's the state they want to go to. I know, man.
Woo, wow. It's Skid Row.
Yeah. At least it's warm in the winter.
You're lucky about
you
that.
You can sleep around on the beach. And
if you're all the way down like San Diego.
Sandy Whale's vagina.
So, yeah, Steven, good luck with that.
Sorry, Mom.
Well, that's a movie reference. That's nothing sexual.
Yeah. Sorry, Sandy. We all know what you're talking about.
Oh, you said tight. Oh, God.
Yeah,
I'm so bitter right now.
And then Big Country and Brooks, people we were in rehab with.
When they got one of the first guys that reached out to me, he said, oh, but I'm not doing it around my kids. I said, well, then continue not doing it around your kids. Because if you can do it when you're not around if you cannot do it when you're around your kids, you can obviously not do it when you're, I don't know. But he's like, well, I like to party. I like this. I said, well, you're not ready, man. You're not ready. And like I discussed on a show a couple shows ago, I can't sit there and, I'm at work, and I can't just sit there and text back and forth. Oh, you need to figure it out on your own, obviously, like we say, but you want to get better, you don't. And it's a harsh reality that if you want to get better, then you want to make steps to get better, but if you don't, you want to keep living that life that's, at one point in time seemed awesome, so cool. And then today I just don't see it. Today I don't. Tomorrow it could be a different, but I'm going to finish today first. Whew, heavens.
My buddy Jamie reached out, and he actually made contact, and he said they put put him away in the mental ward for a month, for 30 days, and then they took him to a place in New York, Bath, New York, or something. He said, but he said it's a mental
Right now?
mental and it's a dual diagnosis. It's a mental and a drug addiction place. Yeah, right now he has his phone, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they probably allow it there. But I'm glad that he's doing good, and he was telling me that he felt like he let me down, and I told him, hey man, I know about letting people down. I had to go through all my stuff, and it's a learning process. And I hope that his family can understand that he wants to be sober. He wants to be there for them. It's just not a switch you can just flip on and off. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. We have to go through our trials, and we have to, put our 3 months in, and then relapse, and then, 4 months, and whatever it takes, But as long as the person's not giving up, and, Jamie's not giving up, so I give him kudos there. And I really hope his family and other people might be listening too that have family members, and they're thinking, but they told me 6 times. They looked me in my eye and said, it's never going to happen again. And then 2 months later, they're out there doing it again.
They've done that.
As long as they're seeking help, and as long as they're wanting to go forward with some kind of change, encourage them and pick them back up. And my mom would probably tell you the same thing. There's a fine line though between enabling and helping.
Oof.
But you have to come up with that on your own. Every situation's different.
Agreed.
Right, Ryan?
You still thinking about the Packers thing?
What's your deal, man?
Is it because you went shoveling twice today?
I'm a little exhausted.
You crabby?
You look like you were going to cry earlier. Are you okay? Little Ryan in there? What do you want to talk about?
Come on, little Ryan. That's little Ronnie. Hold on, right?
Thanks for the pizza.
Yeah, I had a slice. Oh. The good thing about shoveling.
What do I want to talk about?
Yeah. It's your segment now.
My segment will be...
Ronnie.
I got a couple things maybe tonight.
Okay.
I figured out when I get really sore, my body-wise, exhausted, that it gives me cravings.
Sexual relations.
That, and then I seen some people that were playing beer pong out, and
Oh, you seen them too?
yeah, they made snowbank tables, and they're outside playing today.
I went by them twice.
So there's a few little triggers today with that.
So you just wanted to, like you said, cravings, so you just wanted to have some drinks?
Yeah, I mean, I did that many a day after work.
When your body's at your
relax,
weakest.
when your body's sore. I worked some physical jobs, obviously. And it was just something I do to feel better.
So do you think if you weren't in the situation you're in right now, living in a sober living house for men, managing it, do you think if you weren't in this situation,
I'd probably be over there playing beer pong?
Oof.
So that kind of shows you
Yeah.
you got 10 months in, but it's always going to be there, and you're going to have those when you have 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. But you just have to remember how it's going to end, kind of like our friend Steve, Steven. It's not going to end well, but he doesn't see that yet. And you have the ability to look over there and go, oh, yeah, no, that's not going to end well. And plus you have your own thing going on. And, I mean, right now, this moment, you're like, oh, I need a beer.
No, not now. It just looked like fun for a minute.
Did.
It did.
It did. I can't lie. May I spawn off on something?
Yeah.
At the meeting the other evening, I was outside smoking, and I could tell these guys didn't look right. And I had made reference to, I moved up here because the crap down there is no good. Just me being down there, know how I talk. And the guy was like, not if you get it from me. I was like, you crapping me. I got 2 guys standing out here talking about, they can get good stuff up here, and they're standing outside a meeting, inside a meeting. They're everywhere, man.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
those people, there's an event around here they do once a month, and it's a known place for people to go and try to push drugs. And
Really?
why wouldn't you? You know, if you're going to sell shoes, wouldn't you go to? I don't know. That's a bad analogy already. I'm not even going to finish it. But I mean, hey, let's go. You know, those people over there. You know, they used to do this all the time, and you know, it'd be really easy to talk them into it. You know, and I'll give them some for free, and they know how to hit me up. You know, and
What are you talking about?
selling drugs, man.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. What event that I got to stay away from?
Oh, I don't think you go to it. It kind of sucks. But I will talk about that later off the air.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, and you know, some people, they will go to AA meetings, you know, to try to find who hey, yeah, it's kind of the same thing, you know.
Well, it was just interesting because, you know, I was once referred to when I worked at a rehab facility. This girl posted on a Facebook comment, "You are the guy that waits outside meetings and offers people drugs." I took offense to it. But, you know, I took offense because I probably was that guy.
Yeah.
Because like I always said, I went to meetings to find out who was getting their sheet signed and who was itching their arm and sweating. But that struck me as odd, even in the town we were in, you know. But I know in every town I go to, there's going to be things that I used to do that people are still going to have. Because I'm getting sober doesn't mean that stuff's just going to poof, go away.
Right. Yeah, it's everywhere.
And I'd say now that Michigan is a marijuana legal recreational state, like now I'm, you know, randomly walking around.
Oh, I mean,
You know, get
out
a
there
puff of
shoveling
that.
today, man. I picked up on like 3 of them.
Yeah, yeah, more than that, but yeah. It's everywhere. So that's in my face more now too.
Yeah, our friend Chelsea, who's a big fan of the podcast, she was telling me, well, you know, I smoke pot and this and that. And now she's like, you know, I really don't even like smoking pot. And she's like, I think I'm just going to stop doing that too. And I told her that's a pretty good idea because it could lead to something else. And, you know, coming home every day, waking up every morning in a right mind, it feels good. And I remember when I was younger, I'd wake up, have to get a bowl in the morning, drive to work, you know, and I thought that felt good, but I wouldn't know what a normal drive to work would have even felt like, you know. So. I know what I know.
It's just lots
Speaking
of
of
clarity,
drive,
you know.
the other day I was driving a little long road trip, and I looked at the passenger, and I was like, man, after work, 3:45 after work, long road trip, what's going to taste good right now, or sound good right now, is a cold one. And, you know, it's just things that we used to do. And I explained to my friend, I was like, yeah, man, I used to get out of work, go pick up, you know, twist up a couple and go pick up some IPA and a couple single shots, and 45-minute drive would shoot by, and then I'd meet my dealer at home. So the rituals that we are used to, the beer pongs that are played in snow, the walking around a whatever the heck that place is, smelling herb. You know, good for them though.
Yeah, I mean, I think marijuana should be legal. I just prefer not to do it. I would rather, when I have my son Winfield, that's what I'm going to name him. I'm going to name him Winfield. Right?
Oh, good grief, Kenny.
Well, I think it'd be my first. Mafakir. Yeah, he could be number one. Well, Mafakir, Winfield.
Mafakir?
Mafakir.
Oh. Okay.
M apostrophe Fuker. It's French.
You might want to rethink that.
Nope. I just want the teacher. I just want to be there for that first day of school. Mafakir.
That's so your kid's going to be named on the first day of school basis.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to make a statement. Anyway, so if he were to come home, I would, first of all, I'd be like, what the hell are you doing? You know, I would have a talk with him, but okay, let's use better. If my nephews, my sister's pissed now. What do you mean? Don't bring your nephews into this. If they were to like, hey, Corey, I smoke some pot. I wouldn't encourage them to keep smoking pot.
They're like 5.
4. But